Now I'd like to talk about some young adult books that you can get also online from the library or in the branch. I'm going to start with Salt to the Sea. And I really love anything by this author, Ruta Septis. She wrote Out of the Easy, Between Shades of Gray, and then, of course, this one, Salt to the Sea. They are historical fiction that are heart-wrenching. There's some younger kids involved, teens involved, and they are tragic stories. This is one where all of the characters, I listened to this one, and every character was told in a different voice. So that you knew which character they were talking about. And this is the story of all of these passengers that are boarding a fateful ship and their horrible circumstances leading up to that, and then the tragic ending to the story. So they're not exactly feel-good books, but they are page-turning and heart-rendering. These are some fun ones, oldies but goodies, Dancing in My Nudie Pants. I love these. She also wrote Angus Thongs and the Full Frontal Snogging. They are British, so the dialect is very different and fun and light. They're very comedic. They're written in a diary form, and this poor girl is just kind of down and out and very funny. She has an unrequited love that she's seeking. They're just very fun, light reads. Miles Morales, SpiderMan. This is by Jason Reynolds. I love anything by Jason Reynolds. I wanted to remember to mention him. I don't have a lot of his books to show right now, but he wrote All the Way Down, and he's written so many good books that I love him. Jason Reynolds is somebody you should look up, but this is a new young up-and-coming Spider-Man. So if comics and that scene is your thing, he's definitely one to look at. This one isn't the first book in the series. Bloody Jack is the name of it. And this is my example of never judging a book by its cover. This is a cover that I would never want to pick up and read, but the adventures in Bloody Jack are great. They're the story about a young girl from England who is orphaned and poor, and she decides to act as a boy, dress as a boy, and stow away on a ship to get away to a better life. So the first one is very, you're kind of nervous the whole time that she's going to get found out and what's really going to become of her. It becomes a great series. She has all of these great adventures. There's a little bit of love, mostly adventure, and I always like it. I like to compare it to how Forrest Gump, she's always in a very significant piece of time in a very innocent sort of way. They're very fun. I recommend the Bloody Jack series for sure. James Patterson, again, also writes in young adults. So he has the Angel, the Daniel X series. These are more science fiction-y books. So they're kids that have special powers that are being tracked or imprisoned, and they're trying to break free. There's always kind of an adventure. Those are also very good. And Sharon Draper wrote Copper Sun. This book is heartbreaking. It's the story of a young girl who lives in Africa and is actually kidnapped and collected and sold into slave trading. So it comes across the story of the ship journey here, which is horrific. The auction when she's actually sold, her attempt escape from slavery and the travels. It's very heavy, but very intense and good and eye-opening. It's called Copper Sun. Sort of Like a Rock Star. I actually see they're making a movie of that, even maybe this year, but under a different name. I've kind of forget it now, all of us. And Sort of Like a Rock Star is a great story. The character in here, they never really come out and say it, but she has some form of Asperger's or autism, and she lives on a school bus with her mother, and she has a lot of tragedy in her life. She's very literal as she goes through these stages. You are cheering for her the whole time. It is heartbreaking and it's funny. It's definitely a book. Sort of Like a Rock Star is one that I would recommend. Darren Shan, he's one I love. He wrote The Vampire Diaries or the Zombie series. This is called The Thin Executioner. Again, I like scary. So if you like Stephen King, if you like scary books, Darren Shan is another good one to try. The Hunt, along those same lines. This is a good book that I like. Dorothy Must Die. This is a play on The Wizard of Oz with Dorothy. If you like Wicked, if you like different perspectives and different stories, this is kind of a fractured fairy tale. Dorothy Must Die. Murder Trending is, this reminds me of, this is an online murdering that's happening while they're filming. It's very kind of done in real life. And that's another good one. I have not read these, but I saw we have some new Star Wars books on characters, current characters. Those are available for checkout. And this is another good one, another new young adult. This one has a little bit of everything. It's got a little bit of magic, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of adventure. It's called Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. So there are plenty, as you can see, there are plenty of books here. So you can request them from the library. You can pick them up curbside or make an appointment, or you can certainly look for them online as well. Thank you.